Hey everybody, and welcome to Tatter-a-fact here at the Girlz Inc. studio in Las Vegas. And today I got my whole crew. I got my whole team, Michonne, Stephanie, and Amy. Yeah. We were just talking about this, but I've had Michonne on plenty, and I had you on, Steph. I had you and Amy on together, but the four of us, the entire team, have never been on the podcast at the same time. No.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's super exciting. So, and I think we got a really great topic today. Yeah, a topic that it can be frustrating, this topic, right?
You might hate me for what I say.
Be nice. Be nice. Because there's lots of really... because I think there's lots of really wonderful artists that are on their way to being wonderful, skilled, talented artists that are open, that are listening, that want to hear the advice, that will make changes, and they just need to hear it, and they absorb that. You know, they're eager. You know, they're a sponge, but then every now and then you cross paths with somebody that they don't want to hear this.
Nope.
And, you know, they can be rather rude, argumentative, and whatnot. And a lot of those people, they've been doing this like a year or 2 years. So we're going to talk about pink, like seeing pink. And I don't mean your pigment turned pink. I mean you're seeing pink either at the touch-up, 6-8 weeks, a couple months later when the client comes in for the touch-up, or seeing pink, maybe even 6 months or a year down the road. And why is that happening? And it happens it's not new. It's not new. This has been happening for probably since the beginning of PMU. I think when you're first learning PMU, 3 things. Either you're too heavy-handed and you're going too deep and you're getting gray, blurry, blue, and you have to learn to lighten up. Or you're going way too shallow and you're getting pink, or sometimes even purpley on some skin types. You'll see like lavender. Or you're one of the fucking lucky ones that didn't really get either. You just kind of got that depth right from the get-go, right? Maybe your design sucks, but your depth is...
Maybe you suck in other areas.
Yeah, maybe you suck in other areas. Well, you're always going to suck at, lots of different things when you first learn PMU. Because wouldn't you all agree, PMU is hard. What we decided to do with our lives, it's hard.
Okay, you gotta have some big balls to do what we do.
Yeah, because you're doing it to people's faces. It's really, really scary. Stephanie, just so our listeners know, you've been here, we just celebrated 3 years. Yeah. Very exciting. Congratulations. And Amy, you're about a year, right?
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half?
Year and a half.
Yes. So, year and a half, total newbie. 3 years, still a newbie. I remember my mentor, Margie, and she was a hard ass. She was a great mentor. Love her. Super hard on me, drove me hard. And her philosophy was, it takes 5 years. There's a 5-year learning curve, and that's if you're doing this full time. That's if you have multiple procedures a week, Taryn. And 5-year learning curve. Once you round that 5-year corner, then you've faced all the challenges. You've worked on all the different skin types. Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. You found your way out of it. You figured out how to fix stuff and get through the challenges. And she was right. I don't know as if I agreed with her when I was only a year or two in. I was like, what? I got another 3 years before I'm good at this. But hindsight's always 20/20, and she's right. I think that's a good solid assessment. It's like 5 solid years.
I think after 5 years, something finally clicks.
Right? It's just something clicks.
Something clicks.
Exactly. And So anyway, so everybody has their own set of struggles, and those struggles vary from artist to artist. And right now, it's pink. We're seeing more pink than ever before, and there's a reason. A ton of us know why, and when we try to give advice and counsel, like I said, sometimes they're so appreciative, and sometimes they're super argumentative and can be an asshole. I mean, I'm just going to put it out there. And because it's hard to hear that it's your technique. No one wants to hear it's them, right? Sometimes that can be hard to take.
Yeah, but when you're blaming machines, pigments, and other things, and you're not blaming yourself, I'm sorry, that doesn't make any sense.
It's just a lack
Yeah.
of self-awareness, and how are you supposed to learn and grow if you're not acknowledging what the issue is? Like,
Right.
I've had a lot of issues that I know were me, 1000%.
Right.
But that's how you learn how to fix them.
Exactly. Some people get really super defensive, and I think, like I said, we've always seen either, with newbies or people that are struggling, trying to find their way with depth, either gray, blue results or pink results. But we're seeing more pink than ever before. And the reason is because of what the newbies are being taught. This generation of new techs, what they're being taught in their initial training, and what they're being taught is go light-handed, go super shallow. You shouldn't see blood, no trauma.
It's not supposed to hurt.
Yeah, it's not supposed to hurt. If you see blood, trauma, or if it hurts, you're going too deep. They're being taught to only pigment the epidermis. And that's what's causing all this pink. And I'll explain why. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But let's go back 7 or 8 years. The safety measure being taught to new techs. The generation of techs 7 or 8 years ago, they weren't being taught only, pigment the epidermis, no blood, no trauma, light-handed, shallow. That's not what they were being taught. They were being taught proper depth, proper saturation, but they were being told by all the trainers, or a lot of the trainers, slam orange into every pigment, dump a bunch of orange modifier into every pigment for every client, and that will keep you from getting gray. And what happened with that advice?
It turned colors because there's too much orange.
Yeah, I think you might need to talk up. Does Michonne need to speak up, Olivia?
No,
She's good?
Fine.
Yeah, the orange came back to bite everybody in the ass. Everything turned orange. And then we went through, a period where everybody was blaming the pigments.
Yeah.
And not just LI, but multiple pigment brands always get caught up in the blame. It's never one pigment line that gets singled out. Sometimes it feels like it's just LI being singled out because I'm a distributor for LI, and I'm protective and sensitive to LI, and
Me too.
and you too. Well, everybody that loves LI, uses LI, and gets great results, we all get a little put off when someone's really, trashing the brand because it's not performing with the particular techniques they're using. Because obviously LI has been around for 30 years, not because it doesn't perform, but because it's a high performance pigment line. And think of this, the thousands and thousands and thousands of artists using it all over the world. We're in over 70 countries now, daily, right? So in the grand scheme of things, it's a tiny small percentage of time that LI is not performing. And out of that small percentage of time, 90% of the time, it's technique, it's artist era, right? Sometimes it is the skin. Sometimes skin just sucks, and it is the skin. Let's
That's my mom.
yeah, your mom's song. I was so glad when you started here. Just handed your mom off to you. Here's your mom. Enjoy.
Skin sucks.
Sometimes not everybody's a good candidate. Not everybody's skin tattoos well. You know, I mean, there's going to be skin types that are challenging, but you know, in 2 or 3 appointments, yeah, you can get the pigment to all heal in nice and smooth and buttery. I just have come to the conclusion not everybody is a good candidate
why you give
for
them to me.
PMU. I do. I give all you girls my clients with challenging skin. Yeah, but I think that's what, if all you had was super easy skin, you
would you
wouldn't
learn?
develop. You wouldn't learn and you wouldn't develop as an artist. So it's really important to take on those challenging skin types and find your way through them to good healed results. I had to do it for many, many years, and everybody should. But, you know, there's a small percentage where I really do think they're not a good candidate. You know, just because they have challenging skin doesn't mean they're not a good candidate, you know. But sometimes you do run into people, they're not a good candidate.
Yeah, they just don't take pigment. They don't follow aftercare. They're just not good.
Yeah,
not good clients.
yeah.
So why have them waste their money?
Right. You know, and for some reason they just don't accept pigment or skin, like, or pushes it out during the healing process. You know, it's always disappointing. I think, you know, no one wants, you know, awesome results for their clients more than the artist. I think even more than the client, us artists want, you know, awesome results, and when we don't get them, we're really disappointed in ourselves.
I'm probably more disappointed than my clients are if that ever
yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why didn't that heal?
Well, it's
right?
embarrassing, you know, it's embarrassing, and, you know, you just hate it, but it's beyond, sometimes it's just beyond our control.
Yeah.